Hey, how's it going? I'm Nickel. I'm a software engineer and an amateur game developer. So we just finished the Myst series in the last video with this last puzzle outstanding, and I've had another think about it, had a look around, and eventually I just gave up and looked up the puzzle on the internet. So we'll just quickly, I'll show you the puzzle, and then by solving the puzzle, we'll get to a new world, which I also haven't seen yet. So that'll be new ground for both of us. So let's just have a look in here. So the first thing to notice is that here, near the rocket, there's this little zigzag structure. So the thing that we were stuck on is down here. And this is the thing that I probably should have picked up on, or the one hint that the game gives you, really. So when we push this button here, we also have this little zigzag structure. And so it turns out that this facing up, the notes that we have, which are somewhere here. What the heck? I can't. Oh, here we are. So the notes here have this thing facing upwards, but that's actually incorrect, and that's probably, so this is probably just telling us that this is where we need to go to solve this puzzle. I don't think there are any other clues, but basically when we, so this is incorrect, this facing upwards. The real orientation is here, and I'll just show you what that does. So over here we have that zigzag thing that we saw on the map, and also on that little puzzle. And what we did was this rotated and it opened a door. So really the game, there probably should have been some sort of vibration or something that the game played, just so that we knew that that notch did something. This little thing popped up and we entered that code from the book, 2375. 2375 here. And then we have a new book now. And so I don't know what happens from here on out, so let's have a look. Little ice world. Our undeserved achievement there, because I did look it up. I really did. So I probably would have given the puzzle a little bit more thought, but I had a suspicion that the game was maybe this puzzle, the whole thing being connected to something, on the other side of the map with no clear indication. I had the idea that the puzzle might have been like a Riven integration or something to do with Riven that wasn't, and it was not solvable. So when I really did, I maybe spent another couple of hours looking around, thinking of everything I could before giving up. But yeah, okay. Let's see what we have here. A locked door. Alright, A gas line or something. So we may need to turn the gas on from somewhere else, perhaps. It wasn't already on, was it? No. Ooh. It's a whale. Okay, looks like we just have the one view here. Don't seem to be able to scroll around. Ah. Oh. There's like a little pump here. Okay. Ah, finally. Some heat. So everything here is probably like frozen, right? That's the issue that we have. So what if we close the door? There we go. Akinar's journal. Another gift journal from father. He doesn't quite get that I barely use these. Then again, here I am writing in it, so I guess I shouldn't complain. It's always a kind gesture. My brother was right. The lights in the sky are unbelievable to see firsthand. The way they... What do we got here? Okay. The way they dance and shimmer behind the clouds fills me with a kind of peace that's hard to put into words. Cirrus paces when he's either trying to work out a difficult problem or when he's upset. Tonight, it's upset pacing. Head down, staring at the floor, big wide stride. Usually I just let him stew until he sorts it out, but he's been going on for hours like this. Guess I'll just have to be big brother and talk him through it. Turns out he was upset because he thinks father's ideas for the crystals are wrong and he's too nervous to admit it to him. I always knew father's opinions mattered a lot to Cirrus, but he needs to get past this idea that father can be wrong, can never be wrong. Working outside for too long causes a dull ache behind my eyes. Even the normal light here is off somehow. Yep. I'm not sure how they deal with it. Maybe my brother's thick skull blocks it out. Cirrus, if you're reading this, that was a joke. Don't go crying to father. Father asked me to help him design and build a device for cutting the crystals into thin sheets. From the big grin on Cirrus' face, it's clear that this was the big idea he was afraid to share. Looks like I was right, again. This little brat thinks he's being so sneaky. I I'm watching you over there, scribbling down your little plans. Look at you. You think no one knows what you're planning, but I do. Guess I'll have to go keep an eye on him. Stupid child. Stupid, pea-brained idiot. I was right. He snuck out to watch for the stupid whales. Slipped up and cracked his head on some ice. Could have gone right over the edge if I hadn't been there. Writing just so I have something to put my mind to. His injury seemed severe at first, but after cleaning it I can see that it isn't serious. A big scrape on his side and a really good knock on the head were the worst of it. He begged me not to tell Father, as if there were any chance I would. It's like all scribbles all over the journal, so it's like a... As clever as he is, Cirrus is still just a child. Told Father Cirrus felt ill and needed a day to sleep it off. He nodded and immediately asked me to help him with his work. I know he cares for us both, but would it kill him to at least be a little concerned? Though I have to admit it was nice to spend the day working together, just us. It's been a long time since we've done that. Father's absorbed in the final touches of his book device, so I doubt he'll notice if I repurpose some of the leftover parts from Stone Ship. I have a little project of my own in mind. Shouldn't take more than a few hours if I just bolt the entire thing to the railing. Father's device works. Being able to see Channelwood without physically being there is truly unbelievable. For all their kind words about how much I contributed, I know there is more. This is more their achievement than mine. They deserve to be proud. Alright, so 12962. I'm mapping to colours. I'm mapping to circles. And is that all in frame? It's interesting that the picture doesn't get stored at the end. You'd think that... yep, it is all in frame. Alright, do we have any more? No. Okay. Uh-huh. Property of Cirrus. It's very exciting to get to see one of Father's ages so soon after he completes it. Usually he makes us wait so long before allowing us to visit. He told me rime would be cold, but I was still completely surprised by just how much breathing in the air hurt. Father gave me this journal for my rime observations. He said that Akina would also get one when he visits, and not to spoil the surprise. I hope I can convince my brother to come next time. Now that I'm more used to the cold, I can see how beautiful this place is. Father's skill with the art is amazing. Father explained his theories about the Everdunes crystals today. He wants to try to build a machine to view the ages without linking to them. He hopes that the crystals will refract light through the linking panels and show what's on the other side. It sounds impossible, but I know he can figure it out. I've begun my experiments on the crystals. What is crossed out here? Oopsie. So he just misspelt it probably. I've begun my experiments on the crystals. Father asked me to find a way to control how much each crystal refracts light. He even gave me my own workspace, just like his. I'll start by leaving each crystal out in the cold for a different length of time to see if the different temperature changes anything. I can solve this, I know it. Take a picture of that one. So we've got up and down. There was some kind of underground tunnel or underground elevator. Father has asked me to return home to Mist. I hope it is not because I'm distracting him. I know I have a lot of questions, but he asked me to do these experiments. I just want to keep trying to figure it out. Akina decided to join me this time. Watching his shock at the cold was very amusing. Father has built more dwelling space and now we have a wonderful spot to view the lights. He asked us to help him finish the construction, but soon I will return to my crystal experiments. I've come up with some new ideas while away that I'm excited to test. I'm not having much success with the crystals. The amount of refraction is always changing. I can't seem to get a constant reading. It's very frustrating. But I realized something. I think Father's approach might be wrong. There's just no way to get reliable refraction from these crystals like this. I think I have an idea to solve it, but I don't know how to bring it up. I don't want to sound foolish to Father. Maybe he knows best, and I just don't see things like he does. Another thing to image. What's this? Glasses. So glasses, a crystal, and then looking at the book, perhaps? Akhenar encouraged me to tell Father about my idea, so at last I did. He called it brilliant. He started working with Akhenar to build a machine to cut the crystals straight away. It's nice to see my ideas accepted so quickly without being told they're unworkable or unsound. Both underlined. We're back from mist again. Are there more underlined? No. Unworkable, unsound. Okay. We're back from mist again. It was a nice break from all the snow and ice. Father asked us to return to Rhyme without him, which he only does when he needs to talk to Mother about something serious. Why can't they just say what they want in front of me? I'm not a child anymore. When I'm grown and have sons of my own, I won't ever hide serious things from them. We finally saw the whales tonight. We hear their song once in a while, but they've never come close enough for us to see until now. From the big cliff behind the observation tower, we saw a massive whale appear in the cove, followed by 2 smaller ones. Father said there were 3 of them, just like us. He then laughed and called us his little whale calves, which got a groan from me and a handful of snow from Akhenar. I wanted to stay out and keep watching, but Father lectured me about how it was too dangerous to be there alone. I protested, but he just gave me that sad look. That means let it go. Then this is crossed out. Fine, I'll just wait until later tonight, then go back. I'm so sorry, Father and Mother. If I die, I'm so sorry. My brother bandaged me up and said that my thick skull protected me, but I know it could have been a lot worse if he hadn't found me. Akhenar, thank you, and I'm sorry. I've been back working with Father for a few days now, but I've been too tired to write. I keep needing to take breaks to sit and rest because my side still aches quite a lot. Akhenar keeps giving me looks, but I'll be okay. I want to see this to the end. We're very close to completing the crystal imager, but I'm really nervous. What if it doesn't work? Will we have to start all over again? It sounds like we'll find out tomorrow. It works. We saw Mist Island. We were even able to see the stone ship by just adjusting the lenses. I can't believe it. My brother and I keep going back and forth between books, reading out the lens settings and viewing each age over and over again as if it were a game. Father seems more relieved that this works, more relieved that the work is finally complete. I'm sure he misses Mother too. I can't wait to return home and tell her what I did. What we did. I don't know if I got that one or not. Anyway. Okay. So it looks like that's all that's up here. Will these doors now finally budge? Ooh. Look at all that mist on the floor. Now I see why they call this game Mist. It's so cool how the no, It's so cool how like there's the ice and everything's like not working because the ice is getting in the way. Oh. What is this even? 200, 200. Whoa. Let's crank it up, eh? Oh, I don't think we can. Oh, let's just change the Aurora color. Is this our screenshot, you think? Okay, so what is happening here? So in our book we had a bunch of numbers, didn't we? 10741, 12962. Ah, but they're all mapped to colors, aren't they? So what if we go green? Let's try green. Which is at the end, right? Oh, what if they're different? Oh wow, very pretty. Okay, so it's not clear to me. I think we don't have all the pieces here yet. Okay, so with the Aurora on, do we have more options here? Okay, so... Oh, is this going to be like a... Nope. Ah, there we go. Okay, I'll stop fooling around for the screenshot. You can always get it later anyway. Okay, what's over here? We can probably use that button to pivot down below as well. So if we go down... So this takes us back to Mist. Rime Volume 2. What do we got here? Is this Catherine? Okay, let's read. Before spending any more time with my experiments, I have decided I must finish construction. I have brought both Cirrus and Achenar this time. The shaft is almost finished, as is the observation post. Both boys prefer inside where it is warm, protected from the cold. Neither of them shows any real desire to leave. I cannot remember the last time my sons spent so much time with me in an age. Last night Cirrus came to me with a hypothesis that may solve the crystal refraction issue entirely. His suggestion involved cutting the crystals into thin lenses before attempting to filter light through them, an idea that came to him while thinking about the properties of my eyeglasses. I can't help but smile at the idea of Cirrus watching me stare through the solution right on my nose. It is an unconventional approach, but his reasoning is sound. With Achenar's help, I believe we can repurpose some of the equipment already in the workroom to fashion these crystal lenses. Progress on the lenses is slow, as the crystals are prone to shatter if handled incorrectly. Despite the setbacks, my sons are wholly engrossed in the task, and seeing them work together gives me great hope for the future. I long for the day I can bring them to Dini to see its beauty for themselves. I know they will prove themselves indispensable to any restoration efforts I might undertake. Eventually, I will need to tell them about Riven, but there is much to do before it becomes a concern. The lenses have been completed. Tonight we will return to Mist Island and to Catherine. It has been too long without the warmth of either, and we will deserve a break. While there, I will need to collect some additional linking books. It brings me no joy, but the only way to test these devices is to intentionally damage several of them and ensure the devices can still create a focused image. We only spent a day with Catherine before returning. I was still working up the courage to ask her for it. Ask her for what? But before I could begin speaking, she had placed the book in my hands. Ah, her book, okay. It was the waterlogged linking book to Riven I had thrown into the sea the moment we were back in Mist, free of my father. I knew destroying the book was only a symbolic gesture, as the descriptive book still remained in Kiva, but I was young and angry. I remember Catherine swimming out to retrieve it despite my objections. You should keep it. You may want it later, she told me. At the time, the idea upset me. Why would I want a reminder of that place? But once again she was right. We said our goodbyes, and I returned to Rime, humbled by her foresight and love, as well as the note she had secretly tucked under the book's cover. It had been several days with no progress. No matter how we alternate the lenses, only the faintest, blurriest image appears. Did I damage the books too severely? Is the number of lenses too few or too many? The number of variables feels insurmountable. The boys find their own methods of encouragement. They have not given up hope, and so I must follow their example. For now, I have decided to refocus my efforts on the lights in the night sky. Although I originally thought the effect to be an organic one, I now believe it to be electromagnetic in origin. I think the effect could be triggered somehow. It's something that we'll have to try. I doubt either of my sons was expecting the amount of work it would take. It has turned out to be a challenge, working above the cold waters where the wind cuts through clothing and skin like a sharp knife. Still, even amidst the dark cold, they are driven to complete the task. It is a side of them I have not seen before. The towers are finished. The power they require is conducted directly through the saline sea, alleviating the need for wires and enabling us to locate the towers a comfortable distance away. We are close now tomorrow. What? We are close now. Tomorrow, after adjusting the voltage, we will know just how close. This morning, as we worked, I noticed Akanar rubbing his eyes and groaning under his breath. Until now, I had simply assumed it was fatigue, but he then asked if either Cirrus or I ever got headaches from how strange the light is here compared to the other ages. It took a few moments for the full weight of his observation to hit me. Akanar had inadvertently noticed that the frequency of the visible light in Rime is completely unique to this age. Something so important yet so subtle that it had gone unseen thus far. Of course, the lenses could not focus the linking panels of the books. They were calibrated assuming a standard frequency range. We shall repurpose the towers to allow the manipulation of the lights in the sky and project it through the lenses, giving us much finer control. We will need to find the correct combined frequency and construct an additional tower to transfer the light to the imaging device. But I believe that work will go quickly. We are so close now, I can feel it. 1400. Another hard day, but we have erected the final tower. I am too tired to write tonight. Tomorrow we test Akanar's theory. Akanar and Cirrus have some kind of shared secret they are keeping from me. I admit to great curiosity about what it could be, but I believe it is better to let them have something that is theirs alone. Truth be told, I am glad to see them relying on each other more. It has taken longer than I could have imagined, but this morning we were able to get a nearly perfect view of an age through its damaged book. It is an incredible sensation, like standing in two worlds at once. It is so much more than I could have done alone. The boys are so proud and want to return to Mist Island immediately to tell their mother about it, which is just as well. It is time they learned about Riven. Ah, and this might be where things all went wrong, hey? So let's image that. 1400. Did I... I might have already got them, but okay. Okay. So this takes us back to Mist. Let's burn all of his clothes for warmth. Okay. Alright, so let's set that to 1400 and see if that does anything. There's probably some trick to how we build up the numbers together, right? So what could this mean? Green is 12, but also 1, 2, 3 circles. 9 is blue, but 2 circles, but one of them's coloured in. Hmm. Hmm. So I wonder if that mist book is now, we can see into it. Nope. Is this like a color thing? Like RGBA? Am I supposed to know like color combinations? No. I meant to spin around. Oh, we can only spin around above. This kind of a living situation is my fantasy, you know, just being in like an ice cold environment with frozen tundra outside, snow, but inside the fireplace is on and it's warm, and not sure where I got it from. All right. Can we see something now? More whales. Okay, so that tower's on, but maybe this one needs to be on too? Maybe we try playing with the numbers a bit to get 1400 with different combinations. There's probably also another hint in the books as to how it's done. Although those are these towers different? Yeah, they are different towers, so yeah, I doubt that I have to light that one up too. So I mean, this might be a sequence thing. If we have the different colours, we go to the first one, then the second and third and so on. So there'd be 8. So if we go into the books... Are there 8? No, so one of them is 10, so... No. So these look pretty even. So green is 1, whatever that means. Green and Pokeball is 1. So that's green. So is the book trying to refer to the circles around here? So 1, 2, 3, 4. I think it's just a particle effect. I don't think there's some meaning to it. Did either of them draw the colour that it has to be? Maybe? Maybe we have to look at the colour and try and figure out how it's composed. Which maybe I didn't picture. $1,400. We will need to find the correct combined frequency . We have colors here. Orange 10. Like, what could that mean? There's no button here or anything. Okay, quick break. Okay. So yeah, one idea I have is to just set it to 1400 through some way. We could just try different combinations. So there'll be 14 different combinations, assuming hot... Oh no, because there's 10s too, so it might be more. But we could just try all the different combinations first, and then we will... the idea that I have is to go back to Myst and see if anything's changed there. Which this last puzzle has introduced. So we'll do 8 and 6. It feels like you shouldn't be brute forcing it like this. There's probably a way to find out. Wait a second. 8 and 6. So we've done 7 and 7, so 6. And 8. So these might just be mirroring each other. Wait a second. There's like nothing there now. Wait, it's wrong, right? So 5 and 8. See, so yeah, 5 and 9. Real quick, we'll just do the last one. Yeah, it feels wrong to be brute forcing like this, so we'll just try this last one and then we'll go back to the books. if we were to spin around, what if that introduces a new up or a new down? So definitely not a new up. Aha! Crystal observations. Max distance between the height of the top and bottom lenses cannot exceed 11 steps. It seems the light is unable to penetrate the ink of the book if the distance is too great. To allow for needed refraction, no two sequential lenses can have a matching iris size. Each lens's color frequency must be unique. Excellent observation. To compensate for its extreme refraction, any lens set to use the highest frequency color must also use the smallest iris. If a lens sits between two small iris lenses, it must be equal in distance to both. Lens frequency must can increase or decrease in order so that as they get, hold on. Even with the alteration of the base crystal shape into flat lens, the laws of physics cannot be circumvented. Okay, so they can increase or decrease, but okay, in order. We've found it. Even after all these years, I recognized it in an instant. Ah, okay. So we have to fill in the blanks here. Let me just grab a pen. Okay, well let's, surely there's a pen here somewhere. Okay. So yellow. Blue. Blank and blank. So the one that maps to 4 is purple. And yellow is 10. Oh, hold on, so that's the last one. And so black circle and 2 white circles. Must be on the other sheet, right? White. that's 2. Huh. Oh, interesting. So white is 2. Purple is 4. Ah. So it won't let me get to 4 because of... So actually, I think I do want these side by side, just to save me from having to go back and forth to the images. So... And I'll bring it over when needed. So... So we've got it looking like this at the moment. So is this supposed to be helping us establish the mapping, maybe? But we've already got the mapping established here. But this is different, see, so blue, if that indeed is blue, is 9 here. So maybe these are all independent. Interesting. Oh, hold on, this also has the same. Yeah, this one too. Interesting. And then you've got them labeled here, so it's like. Okay. So the circles might be how much of the lens we let through. Which would mean that this is descending, because they have to either be ascending or descending. So the top one is fixed. Why is the top one fixed? Okay, yeah, so the top one is descending, and I think we need it to be yellow. The second one we need to be 12. So this should be white. This should be purple. Okay, so this should be 4. So these are descending, and I guess this one's wide open. Does this just work when we, so 8, 9. So yeah, I guess. Oh, hold on. What if each of these. What if each of these are the settings for a specific world? So let's just try that, right? Because the numbers in the right are descending. The lenses aren't. Okay, let's try this. So let's try the first one. So the bottom one is 1. We want that to be green. And we want this in the middle. This one we want to be 4. We want this to be shut. And we want this to be purple. No. What are these colours? So that's purple and pink, or is that red? Anyway, so we want 7 now. And the top one we want to be 10. So these are all the way at the bottom. The top one's correct. There's no purple and pink. So 2, 1, 2, and this one's wide open. Something's off here with these colours. Each lens's color frequency must be unique. So maybe we just do a unique color. Okay. Okay, let's just try this one. Alright, so 14, 10, 7, 4. So 10 is all the way closed. 7 is all the way open. 4 is all the way closed. So we got white, blue, red. There's no red. Yellow. So I think that's all of them. So there's just like, there's no red. Green. White. Blue. So there is a darker blue. So I wonder if this is the darker blue. This is the closest to red. So all the way open. All the way closed. All the way open. All the way closed. I did try all of them, right? Turn around in here, nope. Okay, no two sequential lenses can have a matching iris size. If a lens sits between two small iris lenses, it must be equal in distance to both. Yes, that makes sense. So that is equidistant. This one could be light blue instead of white. Which means this one might be white. So let's just try this and then we'll try white. It's a bit much, isn't it? Back to channel wood. So we'll try white on this top one. Wait, white on this bottom one. I swear I'm not colorblind. Oh, hold on. Okay, let's leave it for here. Looks like we will have another episode. And if not, I'll cut this out because I'm going to... Actually, no, I'll join onto this after dinner. So I'll break for dinner and then we'll be back. Alright, we're back. And so it's pretty crazy that I really thought this game was over, you know, at the end of the last episode, or at least, you know, close to over, with some kind of Easter egg at the end. But it looks like there's a lot more left here. Even to the point where I'm not really sure if this is going to be the last episode, because what have we got? Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 books to solve here, I guess. Seems what's happening. So let me just pull up Pure Ref again. So we've tried several things here. So I think this one is a yellow or a white. And this one's a blue or a white. Likely this is light blue. And this is... maybe yellow? It looks more brown, doesn't it? Sort of like halfway between. So let's have a look and just see if we can try a few more things, see if we can get this. It's not even clear what book it is, so for everything that we try, we have to cycle through all the books. So light blue, dark blue, excuse me, red, which this is pink, so this is not red, so but this is the closest color, this pink here. Unless there's some way to pull out the lenses and replace them with different lenses somehow. And then white, but let's just say that this might be yellow. Which doesn't really look like it. This could even be green, this one here, couldn't it? But not really. I swear I'm not colorblind. So the light from above is being channeled. I wonder if the light that the light matters. So I wonder if the color of the aurora matters. So right now, what do we have? We've got purpley blue. What's this sound? But now there's more orange in there. So I think it does. I think it doesn't matter. Let's just go to 700, 700, I guess. But first, I will take a screenshot. Let's take one of this as well. So this is green now, so it's going through all the colours, so I doubt it's the aurora, really. Let's do all the books. Let's just get back to Channel Wood. That'll be our Sentinel book. We won't do anything on blank. Yeah, so Channel Wood's our Sentinel book. So we have one more set of colours, I guess, to try, and that's these colours here, one of the brothers' colours. These seem a bit more concrete, so let's see if this does anything. If it doesn't, I suspect that we might have something else to do with the Aurora, and we might have to go through the books again to figure out what's going on. So the bottom one is 2. Then we have 6. Then we have 9. And then we have 12. The top one is green. The next one is blue. The one underneath is orange. But where is this orange? Maybe this is orange. And then we have white. Okay. So we have all the way open, all the way closed, all the way open, and half open. Okay, so let's just try these. So green, blue, orange, white. All the way open. All the way closed. All the way open. Halfway open. So that's all the way open, all the way closed, halfway open. 2, 6, 9, 12. So this is correct, right? So let's just go play with the Aurora. Does the Aurora need to be a specific color for it to work? Is a good question. So the Aurora here is pure green. Does this make it pure blue? Let's see if that changes anything. So spin around. And then down twice. Okay, so this is now blue instead of green. I mean, the colors here are the same. So if I do this, alright, back to channel. So I guess we try these. Okay, so I do have this in here. Maybe this is ribbon, so we'll just move straight to ribbon. So does that turn it off? Okay, that does turn it off. So orange, and the highest this can be is 14. Because the bottom one is 4. This one's on 12. Hold on a second. No, this must be on 15 then. So this must be 15 because that, otherwise this couldn't get to 12. So the bottom one's on 4. Yep, now this one could be 7, 8, 7, 8 or 9. So there's 3 different options here. So yellow, blue, so they can't be the same color, so let's try green, white. So this third one is in the middle. This one could be either 3. And this bottom one. So what can we do while this thing's running? Can we move this? No, that turns it off too. So we just have to get the right coordinates and then press enter. So, so this must be equidistant, right? Yeah, okay, so that's, yep, so we've solved it that way. So the idea is here, when oh. So when might this need to be equidistant? So the color must be unique. The highest frequency color must also use the smallest iris. So if a lens sits between 2 small iris lenses, it must be equal in distance to both. So if this was small and that was small, that would have to be 8. Oh, hold on, this is blue, so we know that's blue. Lens frequency must decrease in order as they get closer to the book. Huh. So is the frequency denoted by this? Okay. So green is the highest frequency. Assuming this is frequency, it's very likely that this is frequency. So green would be the highest frequency, then light blue, dark blue, purple, pink, yellow. So that actually helps us with, yeah. Okay. One more. So for instance, we know that the second one can't be white. White is either the lowest or... Okay. As we have got white. So... Yep, so this one, assuming that this is white, this could be yellow or pink. And this, sorry, this top one is not yellow. This, hold on, that doesn't make sense because frequency is supposed to decrease, right? It can increase or decrease. So if this one were yellow and this one were blue, then this would have to be light blue and then green. So that would mean it was increasing. We did it, I think. So this is Riven, is it? So discover the fate of the Fifth Age. Okay. Now that we know that, let's try something else. Okay, so yellow, pink. So hold on. We're going for this one now. So yellow, pink, something green. So this can be blue or dark blue. this one is 1. This one is 4. This one is 7. This one is 10. And we have all the way open, midway, closed, midway. But it might be that we can't solve these ones because like the books are damaged, right? So we're back at Riven. Okay, so this could be blue or it could be light blue, so let's go for light blue. So obviously not Riven. So maybe Mist was the only one that we could solve. Riven was the only one we could solve. Now if we were to go back to Mist... and maybe tell Atros what we found, you know, back to Channelwood. Let's just think about this. Yeah, okay, let's try that. Let's see if that's what the issue is. Because there was a mention in the books of there was a mention in the journals of several books being broken, so maybe it's just not possible. But then the achievement said find the the 5th age, so maybe there's the other ages can be found. Okay. Okay, how do we get to Atros again? In here, right? Atros. Yo, Atros. Atros. Hey, Atros. Hey, Atros. Goddamn nerd. Let's just have another look through the journals and we'll see if we can find any more clues. It might be the frequency was wrong. I mean, like, no wonder dude's sons turned out to be evil. Like, maybe he should have been less in his books, like the bookworm he is, and more of his time should have been spent watching his kids. Okay. So hold on. It's like a green aurora. So hold on. I mean, this is as clear as, you know. Green, blue, orange, white. Green, blue, orange, white. So that this does obey that requirement. All the way open. All the way closed, all the way open, halfway open. So mist and stone ship are the same with different lenses. So we don't have access to purple, so yellow. pink. So this must be blue, right? And then green. Now let's just go out here, outside, just see if there's anything out here that we might have missed. That's the whales. The hang time on that jump there. Can't go down there. Let's just try that. I'm pretty sure I tried earlier, but we'll try it one more time. Yeah, okay. So to get to mist, yellow, we had to use yellow was the top one. Oh, but that's blue, so okay. So I'm wondering if the frequency has to be, yeah. Okay, I don't know. We will need to find the correct combined frequency. So 1400 is that correct combined amount. And it's only the combined amount that matters, right? So white, red, blue, green. So that... So any lens set to use the highest frequency color must also use the smallest iris. So any green needs to be the smallest iris. The other book's just all too damaged. Is that the point? Because look, we've tried these numbers clearly. Yellow, pink. It's got to be one of the blues, right? And green. But we can already go to these other ones too, so it's like, why do we care about seeing it? The only one we care about seeing is Riven. Let's just get Riven back up and we'll... Yellow, blue, light blue, green. 15, 12, 8 and 4. This one has 2. This one must be small. Can't remember what I just had. this one is always full. This one is unknown. This one is in the middle. The highest frequency must always use the smallest iris. Here we go. Wait. Cool, so this is Riven. Let's just go back and see if, now that Riven is active, we talk to Atris. Because his goal is to see Riven, right? That's what he wants. Nope. Okay, yep, so that makes sense. The only thing we had to do in Rime was to see the secrets of Riven, basically. So it looks like that's it. That is it for the game. So, yep. So a bit of a weird one where we've been going back and forth. It'd be good if the game, I don't know, was a bit more clear about whether we, about our progress. Maybe like a more definite message for the Rime achievement or some kind of ending screen or something. But still, yeah, that doesn't hamper the fun I had with the rest of the game. We definitely will come back and play Riven at some point. I think we'll maybe play something else first. But yeah. Okay, so that's it for Myst, for real this time. And yeah, thanks a lot. See you later.